No, hold on. Yeah, what's shaking and baking, you guys? It's your boy. Deal to the MO. Back at it like a crack. No intro needed, man. This video was brought to you by my brother Big Mike in the building, and he requested Samson immigration.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Now I've been hearing about this video. I think I seen Floyd. He reacted to it earlier this week, and yeah, people saying it's one of them ones. So let's get into it, man. If you rock with the content, please like, comment, subscribe. If you want me to review and or react to any of the videos, put it down in the Discord and or the comments. Link will be in the description. Maybe. I love you guys. Let's get it popping. You heard? Get it. Yitty. Samson. This is on you, big baby. Why is Obama here?
Even as we are a nation of immigrants, we're also a nation of laws. Undocumented workers broke our immigration laws, and I believe that they must be held accountable, especially those who may be dangerous.
Okay.
That's why over the past 6 years, deportations of criminals are up 80%. And that's why we're going to keep focusing enforcement resources on actual threats to our security.
Yeah, I like this beat. This shit hard. All right.
If you're illegal, we don't fucking want you here. I don't care if you're brown or if you got blonde hair.
Okay.
I don't care what color you are, it's all the same. If you're as white as Elon or dark as Cobby Lame, you do it legal.
That's a bar. So, but the only thing is, I'm not disagreeing with his message. I'm not disagreeing with it. But the only thing is that when we look at the news, we only seeing brown immigrants getting pushed away and getting taken back to their country. What about the Ukrainians that came along? What about the Asians that was coming along the same trail?
A growing number of Chinese migrants are crossing into the United States from Mexico without visas, taking irregular overland routes across Latin America. Over the course of 3 weeks, Reuters witnessed hundreds of Chinese nationals along an isolated border stretch in southeastern Texas.
Like, you feel me? You don't see them in the news getting pushed away. This is fucked up. Feel me? So if we're gonna sit here and talk about immigrants and immigration and all that because they came here illegally, make sure we get all of them. Why we not seeing the Asians? Unless they are doing it and they're just not showing it. But I doubt it. I highly doubt that. But anyway, let's go. Let's go, Samson.
And if you don't, get the fuck out. Rules keep our lives civilized, otherwise we bug out. If we don't vet citizens at the entrances, and it's a recipe for disaster. We can't just let anyone in, that's crazy.
Okay.
They ain't just grabbing random people. They ain't just driving around and packing vans with Latinos. This ain't a haphazard attack on the Latin scene. It's cracking down on those who came through a passage that was illegal. I don't see the issue.
But see, and that's the other issue. This is not nothing against what Samson is saying, because I understand where he's coming from. I understand the perspective. The government opened the border. It's like, you feel me? From the Obama administration up, the border basically has been open this whole fucking time. So it's like, this don't make no sense, right? So you're opening the borders. Then these people's coming here illegally. You opening the borders, by the way. You know the cracks and all that shit already. You're opening the borders. These people's coming here legally. And then now, every other 4 years, y'all gonna go, oh, we gotta get these immigrants out of here. We gotta get these immigrants. Y'all brought them in here. Y'all got them and used them for their cheap labor. And then now, because the American citizens, because you know a lot of shit been going on with the immigrants, they've been doing some bullshit. But now that the American citizens is calling it out, oh, we gotta get them away. Then watch in the next 4 years, y'all gonna bring them back home. It's nasty. It's nasty, son. It's nasty. Let's go, Samson.
And most Mexicans don't either. It's always the younger crowd that's acting so eager. So fuck the kids. Ask the parents what they see. If they're immigrants, I almost guarantee they disagree. See, there's no one more proud in this country than those who came to it and did it the legal way and made dough and attained the shit. Then they turn around and see this protest nonsense. All these posters for folks who didn't go through the process. My father-in-law came to this country with nothing. No money to his name. Turn nothing to something. And when he sees these videos of all the sudden destruction, he looks me in the eyes and tells me that he's fucking disgusted. You'll never see him in that crowd. It's just a bunch of kids holding up fuck ICE signs, but they don't know what they did. They don't even know who the hell was detained, and if you asked them, I bet they couldn't even tell you their names. It's fucking insane. There's no sense to be had, no thought whatsoever, no direction or path. If you're protesting being sent back to your country, then why the fuck would you be holding up the Mexican flag? It's
a ball!
True talk, y'all. True talk, y'all.
Explain it to me.
No, hold on. No, I asked that question too because it doesn't make sense, right? Like, if you're protesting the fact that you want to stay in this country, fuck are you holding your flag up? If their flag, I mean, if don't get me wrong, Shashi, if you respect your heritage, I'm not mad at people who respect their heritage. But in the same breath, if you're protesting people not leaving, going back to Mexico, and then you hold the Mexican flag up, it doesn't make sense because like that's what they're going. They're going back to now, okay. Jokes aside, right? I understand some people. Now imagine, right? The USA open their borders up, right? The USA open their borders up. They've been doing it for the past decades, right? Open their borders up. You come over here. You start getting a job. You getting your money. You trying to get your citizenship because some people say that the citizenship process is hard. Sometimes it takes years of this happening, right? So these people could be. I'm not saying all of them. These people could be got over the border, came in, was like, okay, I'm trying to get the citizenship. I'm trying to do the process. They waited 10 years just to get deported, but they never got through the citizenship process. The kids is already over here. They're born American. Like, it's fucked up. It's a fucked up situation, bro. Now, if he's talking about the people that's, selling drugs and trafficking drugs and all that shit, okay, I respect it. Get the niggas the fuck out of here. Like, you feel me? But on top of that, if we're going to get those people who selling drugs and all that shit out of here, get our congressmen and all these niggas out of here too. All at one time. Get all these motherfuckers who traffic drugs, traffic kids and all that shit. Get everybody out of here. Just don't blame the immigrants. Like, this. Remember? All right, cool. You know what? I'll shut up.
Really, it doesn't make any sense to me. Who's the enemy? Your movement perplexes me. That's like breaking out of prison and going straight to the street and holding up a picket sign for the penitentiary. I've always been a firm believer in statistics. I always thought the numbers that you see are realistic, but I don't know. After the riots in LA, I think the unemployment rate is way higher than they say. Look at you fucks. Good heavens, Pete's sake. Y'all been out in these streets now for several weeks, man. Y'all just doing it to do it. You don't even care that much. You ain't doing it for the cause. You just there to tear shit up. And what the fuck's with
on top of the fact, a lot of these people who are getting paid getting paid to protest.
Crowds on Demand is the largest protest company in the country and potentially the world. So we get approached by all kinds of social movements all the time.
We want to go back to the BLM Antifa days when motherfuckers was getting checks for doing that shit. Like, you feel me? So now, of course, there's probably people who really fighting for the cause of whatever the cause is in California with the Mexicans getting deported and shit like that. But there's probably a big handful of the ones who's doing the destructive shit that's just getting paid just for us to be beefing back and forth with each other. Regular propaganda nonsense.
all the white people up in the mix? My people always gotta have something to fix. Did you ever think for one split second they don't want you there and you're just getting in the way of what they're trying to accomplish here? Don't worry, you don't have to face it alone. If there's a racial issue, we'll make it our own. You think screaming at the cops at the top of your lungs is gonna make them have a change of heart and drop all their guns? Like a scrawny little long-haired bony fucking white dude is gonna say some profound shit to an ICE agent and it's gonna make him change his mind about his occupation. Like, you know what? You're right.
This is racist.
I'll get you a job. I'll get you a job, man. I can get you a job. I can get you a good paying job. I can get you a good paying job. Guns don't belong here. Put the gun down. I'll get you a job. You're fucking hired. Please, man. Belong here. Put the gun down. I'll get you a job. You're fucking hired.
Now look, I ain't heartless. I know that.
I ain't gonna lie, that's kind of cringe, son. I ain't gonna hold you. That is bad cringe, gang. That is mad cringe. And the sad part about it, well, at least I haven't looked at the California riots like that. But from what the clips I've did see, the ones who doing the destruction is white folks. You got some Latinos here and there, but a lot of it is white folks doing the destruction. So it's like, and then if you remember the Black Lives Matter situation, a lot of the ones who started the the destruction was white people. It's weird. It's weird. Let's go, Samson.
There's a lot of anger and pain this causes. There's a lot of people that did no harm at all. But you gotta understand, dog, the law is the law. And breaking it with good intentions doesn't make it right. You ain't exempt from the consequences. You gotta pay the price. You should have thought twice before you did what you shouldn't. But I'm willing to bet that you knew the risk and you took it. And that's the problem. Why you came here in the first place. The fear of getting caught wasn't as worse as your birthplace. Just food for thought. Instead of trying to elude the law, maybe you should all be trying to solve the root cause. Why is it our duty to adjust our immigration? We ain't the ones to blame for the function of your nation. Instead of coming here and telling us we need to change about you try to start a movement in the country that you came from. Now I know what you're gonna
I get what he's saying, but like, you feel me? Like, all right, listen. I get what he's saying on the front hand side. I mean, if you're looking at it from a perspective of, hey, this is going on in your country. You need to change your country before you come over here and change us. I respect that. But in the same breath, the same people who run our country are destroying the Mexicans, the Latino countries. They're destroying the Middle Eastern countries with bombs and shit like that, with trafficking drugs and all that. So it's like, how can you? It's like, it's weird, right? Because it's like a fucking weird conundrum, right? Because these countries, they be on some fucked up shit, right? In Mexico, right? But some of that shit is because of our nation. Like, you feel me, as America. So now imagine you in Mexico in the middle of a drug war, cartel beef area, right? And then you on the news, you see America, the greatest place, freedom and all that shit. And then it just so happened that America has its borders wide open. You go over here. You start living an American dream because it feels better, even though you was technically a slave to your wage system. But at the end of the day, like, it's better than being over there because you have risk of not dying, right? You come over here, and then you find out that some of the reason why your country is fucked up is because America did some bullshit. So it's like it's like it's a fucked up situation, son. It's a fucked up situation. Let me shut up. Seriously, I like this. This is fire.
To say that's a hard sell. Corruption in the government and plus the cartel, those are big issues, something we need to sift and get through. And I'd be more than happy if we help fix it with you, but not like this. Not by taking down our borders, but by giving you what you need so you can salvage yours. Military support and economic assistance to go to war with the forces that's threatening y'all's existence. It wouldn't be that hard for us to chisel off a piece. Look up a chart, dog. I mean, we've almost given y'all the least. So fuck it, we're already stuck in debt with trillions. So what's it gonna hurt to spend a couple extra billion? Shit, in my eyes, helping our neighbors is critical. I'd rather give you residuals than Ukraine and Israel. We've given them hundreds of billions of dollars each. And you know how much we've given y'all? 3. I ain't saying that you need it or to beg us for it. I'm just saying that we spend a lot and we could lend support. I'm all for helping out the country to the south of us, but politicians never put their money where their mouth is. They always say they care, but they never give a fuck. They just put a band-aid on the cut, but never stitch it up. Even if you make it here, it doesn't change the fact that the rest of your nation remains in chains and trapped. The Mexicans I talk to love their country deeply, even though growing up in that bitch wasn't easy. They're grateful for the opportunity that we provide, but they remember where they came from and they love to see it thrive. So while you're protesting, put that on your piece of paper. You want the U.S. to help you make your country safer, but until then, if you're illegal, you can leave here. You don't want them there, and we don't want them here either.
I ain't gonna lie, this nigga is crazy, son. Bigger screen, hold up. Yo, nah, son. Hey, Samson, I wasn't too far. Hey, Samson, man, I didn't understand the game, bro. You was bugging, son. Why's my closet open? Anyway, let's just move over here. Like, nah, this is hard. This is fire, cocaine. Even though I disagree with some of it, you feel me? Some of it. I'm not saying the people who are selling drugs and trafficking through here, cool, get rid of them, right? And then we, in the same breath, when we doing that, we need to get rid of the politicians that help the cartel push drugs through America. Feel me? Because you already know the underground pathways. The politicians help push the drugs from Mexico over here. Then they take that, and then now we gotta what's that shit called? Not opioid. What's that shit? We got a fentanyl crisis, guys. Yeah, nigga, you helped them bring them over here, like you feel me? So we need to knock out two situations at not the same time, but we gotta knock these situations out too. Feel me? I get the illegal shit because that's the face of the thing that's like, oh, now they the ones destroying our country. Nah, nigga, the politicians been destroying our country from day one, son. Ever since they signed that shit into law for the Federal Reserve and all that shit, these fucking Rothschilds and all that. Our country been fucked up since then, son. And then on top of the propaganda with the racism, the immigrant shit, this transgender, we need the transgender and change your kids. All that shit. All of that shit on top of this. Come on, bro. And if you notice, every time a president comes in place, something like this happens. You know why it happens like that? Because ever since Obama came into office, right? Let's talk about something right now, right? Ever since Obama came, I'm not blaming Obama. I'm just saying, ever since Obama came into office, a lot of racial politics started going crazy. Remember back when he came into office, how all the racist Republican white people would started putting effigies up, hanging him, burning him on the trees and shit like that. I remember that. Remember when they was going crazy because he wore a tan suit? So now they pushing they pushing a racial agenda every time a president come along. Obama came twice. Racial bias, bullshit, Black Lives Matter, blah, 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 blah. Then they went from Black Lives Matter to All Lives Matter. Why? Anyway, boom. And then now Trump gets into office. Okay, yeah, he's the great white hope. He's going to change the nation. Don't get me wrong. I got a nice little bag when Trump first got into office. Cool. But anyway, he's going to change the nation. Then immigrants. Now the immigrants is the evil people. Like, it's all propaganda. It's all fucked up. It's all fucked up, son. It's all fucked up. But all in all, this song was fire. Samson cooked. This shit is hard. Now I gotta go deep dive into some Samson shit. Pause. You feel me? Because I like this. But anywho, boy, dear to the end. Remember, take your motherfucking peace. Let me tell you, can't do the one do out here. Be the best version of you. You can protect these kids, protect some of this bum ass virus, and always remember the government is your boy. I love you. Peace. You hear me? We out of here. You heard? Shit, nasty.